Hello my friends, my name is Ryan Freeman and you're watching my channel. Thank you for stopping by. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I am an English teacher from America, living in Taiwan. I am currently in the Chiayi city Arboretum. It looks like I'm in a forest, really huge trees, and check out this spider that I just saw. I mean, look at the size of that guy. I don't know if it showed up, but this is a spider bigger than any that I see in Southern California. I actually don't know the flora and fauna here too well, learning more and more. But it's just a gorgeous day. Now, it is December. It's December, late December. It's the Friday before Christmas, okay? Forgive me if I don't know the exact date. But anyways, it is cold now in Taiwan. It is actually really cold at night, in the morning, but today, for some reason, the weather just became much warmer. And it is very nice to go outside, look at this little stream. Probably was a stream, not much water now. It's quiet. It is a weekday, a quiet day to go for a walk with you. And I'm gonna go ahead and talk about some of the stuff that's been going on in my life. Just off the top of my head, I wanna first talk about these things. These are called jianbu. That's Chinese for shoulder. I've had to learn that Chinese word. I'm gonna get to learning about Chinese soon, because that's another big development in my life. But these shoulders of mine have been giving me all sorts of problems. And to be fair, I've been giving my shoulders problems. I've just seen that I'm going uphill, so I might get out of breath. Anyways, yeah, so basically, I've had shoulder issues. I've talked about it before on this channel. I saw a doctor up in Taiwan about my right shoulder and left shoulder. He said, this will heal fine. You need surgery for this. Another doctor said I need PRP therapy. I decided not to do either one of those. And my shoulders gradually recovered, but then they got worse. I play Jiu-Jitsu and work out at a judo gym here in Chiayi City, and my shoulders recently feel like they've been hit by a truck. And what will happen is I'll take 5 days off of training and then go back, and then they'll be worse than before. So I don't know, I'm 42, I'll be 43 in a couple months. I love being physically active. I love playing jiu-jitsu. I love, showing those younger guys that an old guy can still choke them. But it's just getting to the point where I'm gonna really have to scale back. Now, one thing I will say is the great thing about living in Taiwan is the medical system is so affordable and convenient. I saw a doctor here about my left shoulder, because that was the one giving me more problems a few weeks ago. He said it was tendinitis, and I would just need time off to heal it. Now I'm gonna finally take his recommendation and give it plenty of time off. I think the problem is I've been giving it some time off, then going back. My girlfriend Flo, to be fair, has been encouraging me not to train so hard. She says, Uncle, how are your shoulders? Don't train so hard. She's been very kind to me about it. Good influence. I've never been over here. I don't know where I am. I've left the forest, and it looks like a lot of leaves, a lot of grass. I don't know. I'm leaving. But I'm gonna take this jacket off. It is way too hot. Now, here's the problem with taking your jacket off when you're filming, but also taking your jacket off when your shoulders are not doing so well. It hurts to take my jacket off. I was a little dramatic there, but it actually does. Today is much better than yesterday. Yesterday, it was absolute pain to put my jacket on. I feel like an old man. Oh yeah, so anyways, some people at my judo gym, they're very traditional Chinese culture, Taiwanese, and they recommended going to get Genju, which is acupuncture. One of my training partners, a female prison guard, said it cured her shoulder. And I've always been skeptical of it, but, you know, I think one of the cool things as an expat in another country is trying new things out. And I'm so desperate about my shoulders recovering that I decided, why not? What do I have to lose? So I went, and I had a very interesting experience. You walk in, no one speaks English, and so I use Google Translate, and I'm going back into the Arboretum. I use Google Translate to explain that I'd like acupuncture for my shoulders. So they give me a number, they take my medical insurance card. I pay 150 new Taiwanese dollars for my first treatment. I went for a second one that was 100 new Taiwanese dollars. So we're talking $5 for my first visit, a little more than $3 for my second visit. You walk in, and when they sit you down, there's like minimal amount of paperwork. In fact, they just grabbed my card and filled it out. So that was super cool. First time there. You sit down, they put this super hot towel on your shoulders. That was great. You see other people around the waiting room. Some have needles in their head from the acupuncture. Some of them are inhaling these herbal mist. And I've never been here. I've been to this Arboretum before, but not to this section. And they put this hot towel on, and it immediately feels better. And I Googled, and, you know, hot heat is good for inflammation, which essentially is what my tendinitis is. So that felt great. And then they took me to this room. It was actually just like a medical bed, which was sectioned off with curtains. And they hooked up some, I don't know if you call them electrodes or whatever, these little suction cups that had this moist sponge, and stuck 2 on each shoulder, and then zapped me with electrical stimulation, these pulse waves of varying degrees. Pretty strong, might I add, although they'll adjust it according to how strong you can take it. And guys, I have just discovered this beautiful little, it's not Zen garden, you know, but it is quite nice. These nice stones. Behind me, you got this little pond. No one's here. Super cool. It's called Chiayi Arboretum's Ecology Pond. All right. I would have preferred a name like the Pond of Peaceful Bliss to make YouTube videos, because that's what it is to me right now. Anyways, sorry. So yeah, I get zapped for 10 minutes by these electrical stimulation, and I look up on Google that there is some evidence that electrical stimulation is good to help inflammation. So already the hot towel, the electrical stimulation, they feel good on my shoulder, and they are known to help with tendinitis. But then comes the acupuncture. Now the acupuncture, I couldn't find, you know, scientific papers pointing one way or another whether or not it's efficacious. However, it was quite an experience. The towel was super hot. The electrical suction cups were super strong, but the doctor stuck 3 needles in each shoulder. And, you know, I had read that it's not painful. And I guess I'm not supposed to describe the feeling as pain, but, you know, in the English language, you might call it pain. You might call it a pinching feeling. You might call it, I don't know what that feeling is. If you have a good English word for the feeling of acupuncture, the needles going into your body, into your muscles and tendons, put it down in the comments. But the Chinese use the word suan, which means sour, which is a word you would use to describe the taste of vinegar or sour foods. And it's also a word they use to describe the feeling of acupuncture. It did not feel sour. It felt I don't know, very unusual feeling. And the doctor said, don't move. Stay in this posture. So I had to stay there for, I don't know, a good 15 minutes. The nurses were poking their heads behind the curtain to check to make sure that I was doing okay. And it was tough, actually. I mean, it was tough not to move. You can't scratch an itch. Every time I moved my hand a little bit, just to see what would happen, the swanda, the sour feeling, would become a lot more intense. So I've gone there twice. I'll go back again in the near future. Like I said, it's only a little over $3 per visit now. And I like the experience. It's quite interesting. Guys, this is the fun thing about being an expat. It's the fun thing living in another culture, is experiencing these things that are definitely out of the norm than you would back home. And I just love the fact that I could just walk into any place around, flash my national health insurance card, and suddenly, I mean, within a very short amount of time, I'm being treated, and for a minimal amount of money. Now, whether or not it works or does anything, who knows? But it was a fun experience. Okay, so that's my shoulders. Now, about my Chinese. I told you guys in a recent video that I was going to start a Chinese class. And let me just say, I thought I was going to dazzle everyone. I ended up being the student with the worst Chinese in the class. It's a lower intermediate class. There are two guys that are pretty good. One guy who's amazing. He's a bit of a linguist nerd. I mean, a brainiac, a very nice guy. Helps me out. But the other students, I mean, the class is all in Chinese. You have to be able to read Chinese and understand Chinese because the teacher uses very little English. Now, I will say this. I like my teacher. At first, I was a little feeling I was going to ask for a refund, which the refund, it's only good if you do it after, like before the first class. Anyways, I was pretty much stuck, but the teacher has adjusted and knows that my level is a little bit behind when it comes to reading and listening. However, as another student pointed out, and which I noticed, my pronunciation and fluency of using the Chinese words is better than half of the class. So that's cool. But the best thing about this Chinese class, this Chinese learning, is not the fact that I signed up for a class that's a little too difficult. Well, actually, that is part of it. Because it's so difficult, it has, first of all, it made me want to quit. But when I decided I'm not going to quit, because I ain't going to get my money back, but I'm also not a quitter. The thing is, I downloaded these apps, and I have been studying on my own. And now, you know, the thing that I needed to do, which was just have some regular study of Chinese, not only do I go to a class for 3 hours a week, 2 days, 2 classes a week, hour and a half each class, but I'm also spending a lot of time on these fun apps learning all these new words and learning about the Chinese language and the history. And it's like this whole new world of knowledge that I was scared about and still am sometimes, but that I do find fascinating. And, you know, every day at work or at my judo gym or wherever I am, there is just so much life going on around me. Like yesterday, there were 3 teachers in my office having the most passionate, interesting conversation. It was definitely work gossip. It was juicy. And I just couldn't access it. I could access some words. So I just know, yes, I do like gossip. Yes, I just need to increase my Chinese to be able to access more of the stuff happening around here. And this class, while being difficult, has given me a kick in the butt to catch up. I mean, it reminds me, like, so I do Jiu-Jitsu, and a lot of people quit after the first day or the first week or month because it is very difficult when you start. You don't know what's going on. You're getting choked out. it's a whole nother language. It's a language of using your body to choke people. So this is a cool thing about the Chiayi City Arboretum is it is pretty big on its own, but it actually connects to Chiayi City Park, which is a big park. Both places worth a visit, and quite a different atmosphere. I'm just gonna poke myself in here just so you guys get an idea of what it's like. Then I'm gonna go ahead and get back to work just in case anyone notices I'm gone. Shh. Okay. Oh, work's been very interesting. I started teaching Jiu-Jitsu, which students are very shy. They're shy wrapping their legs around each other. The positions look a little sexual. They look sexual to anyone, but I can imagine middle schoolers who've never done anything like it. So I played a game with them called Crocodiles and Penguins, where I made everyone penguins and the crocodiles had to go around and eat them with their legs. I learned that from YouTube. It was a very fun game, but it's definitely a challenge to teach jiu-jitsu to middle school students. There are some students that actually are very interested in learning the skill because it is a superpower if you learn it. But there are others who don't want to touch it and others who are just playing. Very different than... You hear this beautiful music behind me. I hope I don't get any copyright strikes, but that's Chiayi Tower. You can go up to the top of that tower. The top of the tower. Used to be able to use the stairs. They closed down the stairs after COVID. You can take an elevator. It costs some money. It costs like, I don't know, 100 or 200. No, maybe 50 NT, so like $1.50, something like that, to go up to the top. And they have a cafe. It might be a little more than that, but they have a cafe up there. And a nice view of the city of Chiayi City. Not that Chiayi City is really... I mean, it's a nice place to live. Everyone says it's a nice place to live, but it's not the type of place that has just, these stunning cityscapes. It's just a city. It's not a very big city. So now I'm walking through this area. I don't know what it is. I see a woman in a yukata and this beautiful umbrella posing next to some traditional looking building. Looks like a movie set for ancient China. And then they've got this like plastic ice cream cone, which you'll see right now. Beautiful children's playground over here. My girlfriend wants to take her son there. Let me see, we got this little ice cream cone. Must be a historical museum, I don't know. I ain't got time for that. I gotta get back to work, guys. There's a stadium, Chiayi City Stadium. It looks like a place for baseball games. Baseball's huge here. All right, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, time to get back to work. Stuff's happening. Tomorrow, there's this huge band festival in Chiayi City. All the schools are gonna be out with their marching bands. I'm supposed to go there. It's kind of a work day. I guess I don't have to get there till the afternoon when it starts. I may have to just watch it. I may just have to march in it along with our school. Who knows? No one tells me. And I don't ask. Because the more you ask, the more you gotta do. All right. Yeah, but the cool thing is whenever you do work on a Saturday, often you do get a Monday off. So I will have Sunday and Monday completely off. And then tomorrow, my job is just to go either march with the band or watch some marching bands. And I guess there are some bands coming from Japan or maybe even other countries as well that are supposed to be really good. Students are practicing right now, or they were when I left, my students at my school. And it's just, life in Taiwan as a foreigner, dealing with shoulder issues and language issues. However, it's the type of country that with the health insurance that you can deal with your health issues for a reasonable, almost unreasonably good cost in a variety of ways, not just Western medicine, but traditional Chinese medicine as well. And in terms of language issues, people are happy to help. There's plenty of people who speak English. The apps now are amazing. I might do a video on the apps that I use in the future. And that's it for me. I'm back in the Arboretum and I'm heading to my scooter to get back to work before I get in trouble. Thank you very much. My name is Ryan Freeman. I will see you next time. Smash that thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye.